Hello, everyone. Welcome to the January Healers in Healthcare show. I am so excited to have you here today because I have a very special guest who has been my client for, probably over a year now. She has taken every single program that I have had in the last year. And I am also her client. So we're going to be diving into all of that fun stuff today. I see some people joining. Let me know that you can hear and see me. What you're going to do to grant me access to be able to see your name in the comments is you're going to go to the top of this broadcast and click on Ecamm Live. There should be a link, and grant Ecamm Live access so that I can see your name whenever you're commenting. So give me some love. Yes, I see people joining here. Tell me what you're excited about. It's February 1st. The energy of January is lifted. We're moving forward, chugging along into January. The sun is shining here in Pittsburgh, so we're going to have a good day and a really exciting, engaging, and fun episode today. I can hear you. Yay, Facebook user. Who are you? So awesome. Welcome. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure that you are subscribing, giving this a like, sharing this with your community. And yeah, excited to get started here. All right, I see people joining. Yay. I also want to thank, yes, looking forward to moving forward. Nina, I see you. Yes, joining from Maryland. The sun is shining. Love it. Awesome. I'm getting lots of love and hearts and all this. I love you guys. Hi. Yes, I love the energy so far. Awesome. Okay, so we have some exciting things coming up today. Some surprises. So I am giving away 2 self-care to scale packages. And what we're going to be doing is actually shifting around the rules a little bit because I had put out a post and I said, share this post. I think I had one person share it, which is fine. So instead, what you're going to do is, number 1, stay on the entire time with me here and comment, engage, and that's the first step to winning one of these packages. The second step you're going to do is take a selfie of yourself with the screen whenever, I bring on my special guest. And you're going to be really excited and say, yes, I'm so excited. I'm watching the Healers in Healthcare show with Christina Fontana and Katie Wood. There you go. I told you who our guest is for today. And just share it out. So those 2 quick action steps. So take a selfie, say, hey, I'm here watching the show. Post it, tag me in it, and then stay on the entire time. Hi, Kim. Yes, I'm so excited. Awesome. So 2 easy steps. And you're going to win some cool prizes. So what I'm going to be giving you, whoever the 2 lucky winners are, you're going to be getting just a smorgasbord of self-care items. So candle, bath salts. You're going to be winning a book. Oop, I just dropped my phone. You're going to be winning a book and a special prize that is a surprise to help you scale your business this year. So stay on. Yes. Oh, come on, Nina. Well, so this is part of it, right? So dropping perfectionism, dropping anything like, oh, well, I don't have makeup on. Show up and shine, right? Hashtag, type that in the comments. Hashtag show up and shine, right? That's what we're doing today. Love it. I got some laughs. I love it. Yes. Okay. So I want to thank, first of all, Todd Uri, because he has been our sponsor and he donated so generously some Pharmacy Podcast mugs, which you're also going to be getting. The winners will be getting a Pharmacy Podcast mug, as well as a fun t-shirt that supports our veterans. So Todd is really intimately involved with really supporting our veterans, helping them gain access to pharmacist assisted care, and he's really passionate about that. So I'm going to drop probably after I come off, I'm going to share a little bit more about that link with US Pharmy. So you're going to be getting a shirt, you're going to be getting all sorts of goodies with that prize. So drop the perfectionism, take a selfie, and post it. Yes, love the mug. And that'll be how I'm going to be picking these 2 winners for these self-care to scale packages. So yes. I see Priscilla on. Awesome. Okay, so before I bring on my special guest, I want to just I always drop in and just share a little bit more about the Healers in Healthcare movement, which is what this show is all about. So I actually want to introduce myself really quickly too, because a lot of you are new to this community. So hello, my name is Dr. Christina Fontana. I'm a pharmacist, 5-time author, award-winning rapid transformation coach, and founder of this Healers in Healthcare movement, which is really geared to help you monetize your knowledge, unleash your confidence, and scale your profitable healing business. And this Healers in Healthcare show came from this book that I channeled back in May of last year, where I got a vision of having all of these different healers in healthcare. So pharmacists who are doing things like functional medicine, holistic health. My amazing guest today, Katie Wood, helps women conceive naturally and consciously with conscious conception. And I wanted to bring all of these people together to highlight their gifts and their brilliance, because I believe that every single person has unique gifts to share. You have knowledge, you have skills, you have your empathy. Katie and I were just talking about that, about the heart that you can bring to your patients and all of the love that your patients really need in order for them to adapt these behavior changes that you're, coaching them through, right? Maybe it's exercise or movement or breathing, whatever that is. This is you. This show is really geared to help you bring the knowledge, skills, and heart down into how do I monetize? How do I scale my business with integrity, intention, and love? And how do I do it in a way that really feels authentic, alive, and aligned for me, right? So that is those are the people that I'm bringing on the show. And I cannot think of a better, more qualified individual than this amazing coach that I'm going to bring on, who has helped me through my fertility journey. So we're going to just navigate this conversation, because I'm sure a lot of you have seen my post today, just raw and real, about the fertility journey that I've been through. And Katie has just so graciously, helped me navigate this journey. And so I want to highlight her today and bring her on with me. So I am going to take her out of the green room here. And yes, perfect. It worked. I'm always a little bit tripped up on the technology piece here. So welcome, Katie. Before I want to introduce you and have you come on, I'm just going to read your bio here and share more with the audience about your brilliance. So Dr. Katie Wood is a mother, pharmacist, integrative nutrition health coach specializing in fertility and women's health. She's the founder of Pharm to Wellness LLC and branding Happy Nourished Motherhood. Katie helps women over 30 that's me, to nourish their mind and body for optimal fertility health so they can confidently conceive with ease. Katie comes with 8 years of experience as a retail pharmacist. This background in conventional medicine is what first piqued her awareness that people need more intimate coaching towards health and vitality without depending on pharmaceuticals. So after experiencing a lack of support and education through her own fertility journey, she became determined to advocate for women's health. Katie is passionate about supporting and empowering women on their fertility journey and pregnancy transition into motherhood using her calm, gentle guidance, which I would agree, absolutely, and taking a holistic approach, focusing on nutrition, lifestyle, and the mind-body connection. So yes, I'm seeing a lot of love on here. Oh my gosh. Hi, Denise DK. We are live. I don't know who that is, but hi. So you have a captive audience here, Katie. So welcome. I'm so excited to have you on. Share with us about just what's coming on your heart right now as you're listening to this introduction.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Christina. I'm super excited and honored to be on the show today. And I think what comes up for me is just the movement that you're creating. And I feel like I've, been watching it and also being a part of it since you really kind of
Yeah.
cultivated that idea and that download that you had. So just super grateful to be a part of this movement because I know it's going to change a lot of people's lives, especially any new graduates that you are able to touch through your networking and presenting at colleges and all those things. So just super, super honored and grateful.
Yeah, no, thank you for saying that. And really, like, again, back to the whole mission of why we're here and why we're having these really raw and real discussions is to spark this idea that I believe many pharmacists are healers. We want to help patients come off, minimize medications as much as possible. We want to actually help people heal And I think that this is what's really emerging, and this is going to be the future of pharmacy, is helping, and that's my role really, is to help unlock that spark in you and help you to monetize your gifts so that you're able to then, Katie Wood can go impact hundreds and thousands of people. And sometimes we get in our own way, right? We have perfectionism, people pleasing, fear of being seen, all of those things. And if no one knows that you have these gifts and how to articulate those gifts, then that means that you can impact other people's lives, right? So that's my goal, is to activate you, to unlock your gifts, to be able to help create that domino effect, which is the movement of the healers in healthcare movement, right? And there are a lot of really exciting things that are coming down the pipeline that I'm going to be really focusing on, for bringing us all together in-person experiences so that we can connect together, because we cannot heal alone, right? We need to heal in community. We need to encourage each other as pharmacists and as healers in healthcare. So I think that there's a lot of possibility for us to continue having these conversations, to continue fostering that movement. So yeah, let's circle back to you. I want to hear about, what is your why? What is it that you're most passionate about that led you to this journey?
Yeah, so I think, working in retail in of itself, I really began to experience and have my eyes open to, we're just really pushing medications on people. We're not really trying to help them, or we don't have the time to help them. Like you said, as pharmacists, we want to help people minimize their medications and really help them heal. But the way that healthcare is these days, we just don't even have the time to do it because there's so many other metrics that have to be met.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I experienced that as the healthcare provider, like on the other side of the counter. But when I was going through my own fertility journey and we weren't getting pregnant in, a time frame that, I created in my mind that I
Right.
thought I should be getting pregnant by, I was really met with no real guidance, no real support, just kind of a blanketed statement of, you're healthy, just keep on trying,
Mm-hmm.
try for a year because that's really the conventional wisdom that you're given. And I think just having to have that happen a couple of times. I approached my OB a couple of different times, and that was always the words of advice that I was given. So having to be put into that position to A, do my own research, B, really kind of implementing different things. And eventually, I actually discovered acupuncture. And I truly think that that's one of the things that really shifted
Mm.
my health and my perspective. So I think at the end of the day, my biggest why and passion is so women don't have to feel dismissed and gaslighted and just lost,
Mm.
confused, overwhelmed. So
Yeah.
many, defeated too. Defeated is a really big one that comes up for me and so many women in my community. So just arming women with information so they can feel empowered at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
I am empowered with the the information that I know and I feel confident to advocate for my health. So, for example, if you want to go to your doctor and you want to have some lab work done, they typically have their standard labs that they would do, and sometimes they'll look at you and say, "Well, we don't typically do that. You don't have to do those labs. That's not necessary." But if it's something that you want because you understand the pros and cons of having those results, you can say, no, this is what I want. Because at
Mm.
the end of the day, that doctor is working for you. It might not feel that way, but the doctor is working for you. You're paying them or your insurance is paying them. So, yeah, just feeling confident to be able to do that.
I love that word, empowered, and I'm just gonna, I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel to be able to share this, but just hearing you talk about that, I went to, the urologist with my husband yesterday, and I left feeling just so defeated. And I'm a healthcare professional. There was no empathy. There was no like, hey, we're going to partner together. This is what's going to happen. These are the next steps. And I've talked to a lot of pharmacists about this, that I think that there needs to be more of that empathy, because without that, it feels very like matter of fact, like you're a number. This is what you have to do. Like, go do this lab test, da 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 da. And I left and I was like devastated because you and I have been working together, and I've done, a lot of different things, which I'm really proud of myself and Eric for doing, the supplements, the acupuncture, all of these other things. And she was pretty much like, yeah, there's no evidence for that. And I was like, okay. So I can laugh about it today, but I was crying yesterday and I just felt so frustrated and defeated. So I really do know the value of the work that you do, because health is not just about, okay, go do these action steps. It's partnering with that patient. It's heart-centered healthcare of, this is how I'm going to help hold your hand through this tough ass journey that is a fertility journey, because it is, right? We need to have, I love whoever that was that said humans are social creatures and thrive best in a tribe. Amen to that, because it's true. We need each other and we need coaches. And I really believe that as pharmacists and healthcare providers, we are equipped to learn these skills like motivational interviewing and coaching, to be able to partner with patients to improve their outcomes, to empower these people to better health. So I love that this is your mission and this is what you're doing, because you've helped me tremendously. And I know that it's so much more than, the health journey is so much more than just like, oh yeah, we'll go do this, right? It's really digging into like the emotion and all of these different parts of the holistic part of who we are as human beings. Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
so what are your thoughts on, so actually, I'm just listening to my guidance as I'm being channeled the questions. So what, what would you say is the most rewarding part of what you do? Like, what is the thing that just lights you up and you're like, yes, this is why I do what I do?
I would have to say, because I've been coaching for over a year now. So just really kind of looking back on all of that, that's really helping women reconnect back to themselves.
Mm,
Um, because I think that a lot of us, and myself included, really, when we were entering our fertility journey, we're just really disconnected. I mean, the world that we live in is so go, 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 instant gratification.
yeah.
If you're on hormonal birth control, which I was for 13 years before we started trying, that really disconnects you from your natural
Yeah.
cycle and your natural gifts that you have as a woman. So, really, just honing in on that connection and really being able to listen to your inner intuition and just trusting too. I
Mm,
think once a woman is able to do that and feel really, really comfortable in that space, then everything else just sort of falls into place, is kind of what I found.
I love that journey of, reconnecting back to yourself. And in essence, that's what I'm doing, with women too. It's like, we think that we have to look out there for all of the answers. Like, oh, I need, and I'm not discounting certifications, because like that is part of your knowledge and skill set. But like, we're constantly like, oh, well, I'm not good enough because I don't da 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 da. Well, you actually have the resources within you that you're ready to unlock, to unleash that brilliance into the world. So you're essentially doing the same thing where you're like, hey, let's reconnect back to your body, because especially someone who's been through trauma like I have, you almost disconnect from your body, because it's a survival mechanism to dissociate whenever you're experiencing really tough emotions and you're in that fight, flight, or freeze response. And I know that the work that we're doing and that we've done, because you helped me through it as well, like being the holding the space for me on the other side. Like, I've taught you some tips and tricks on, the nervous system, and we're going to be moving through a lot of that too in Pristine, which we're starting tonight. And I'm excited for you to kind of go levels deeper into that. But I think that that's such an important part of this conversation is the fact that we are not just one dimension. We're not like, okay, well, this patient is just physical. We are multidimensional human beings. We are a mind, body, spirit, physical, soulful human beings. And addressing those components and treating someone with respect and compassion, I think is the best medicine that you can give someone, right? And like that's obviously part of the coaching and how we support our patients. But I really drive that point home, and you'll hear me talk about that a lot because it's really so key to healing, right? Like really seeing someone and witnessing them in whatever they're moving through. So, and I can really say that you've done that for me. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. And I have learned so much just from working with you and being in your space. So that my own personal development has really helped me then add what I've learned into the work that I do to help women as well. So it's
Yeah.
really kind of a beautiful like ripple effect at the end of the day because it your nervous system, feeling safe in the body, healing past traumas, like those are all really, really key pieces. And from doing the work that I've done with you has really opened my eyes to that, looking back at my journey. And I know when I started coaching, coming from retail pharmacy, I was super focused on all of the practical strategies,
Right.
which are extremely important. But now I'm really, really integrating a lot more of the energetic support as well because it's
Yeah.
super important. And I think a lot of coaches and definitely doctors don't necessarily incorporate that part.
Yeah. I'm getting chills because not two things. Well, one, we're going into that in Pristine, which I'm super excited about. But two, I'm going to be sharing about that. So whenever you pop off of here in, a few minutes, definitely stay on because I'm going to be talking about the layers of, building your six-figure business or your profitable business on the pristine foundation of both these energetic and practical things because I get it. I'm analytical too. I get it. You want the practical strategies. I have that. I can give you that. And it's also about what is the energetic, sustainable foundation that you're building off of. As an example, if you have a bunch of energy leaks just all over your business, right, where you're not closing out conversations and you're just having all of these like kind of things happening without having that, I call it energetic integrity, which is not morality. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the energetic integrity of, okay, I'm going to close out this conversation so that it's not draining my energy, right? It's all about these little nuances that no one else is talking about that really do create the sustainable foundation for your business. So we're going to be going into that. And I have a cool graphic that I'm going to be sharing. So I'm excited about that to just, to your point of you do need both of those things to, practically scale. So um, let's close it out with, let's see, because I have two questions for you. Um, what does it mean for you to be a heart-centered healer?
To be a heart-centered healer, I think it really comes down to kind of providing a level of support that really comes from your core, like from your heart, and just really tapping into that energy. And I think when you are able to tap into just how you asked me earlier, like, what is my why? When you
Yeah.
are really, really clear on that, I feel like you're able to then offer that to your clients or to whoever you're serving in a really authentic way.
Right. And it's really about like what we talked about before, connecting back to the core of who you are. And sometimes
Mhm.
this involves, in fact, most of the time, it involves us peeling back these layers of, what we've learned in retail pharmacy of always, being on the go or people pleasing or giving our
Mhm.
power away. And this is the deeper transformation work that whenever you move through these layers and you can show up from a pristine energy field of this is who I am, this is the value that I bring, and then you're able to build your business from that frequency, from that energy. Then when you speak your message out, you're emitting the Katie Wood frequency. You're not like, hey, well, I want to be like that person, right? It's like, no, this is who I am. This is what I'm channeling. These are my magnetic messaging. This is my offer. These are, the people that I work with. And it's not that you're absorbing and listening to all the noise from social media. You are projecting your frequency, and the right people are going to say, I need that. Yes, right? So that's
Mhm.
the power of doing this transformation. And also obviously practical strategy, because we need to do that too. We need, audience building activities and all of that. But I think that it really does come down to reconnecting with who you really are and then putting that frequency out into the world. To come into this room with such vulnerability. Oh, love it. I don't know who that is, but you're welcome. Someone said thank you. So Katie, tell us about your incredible offer of what you're sharing today as we close out
Yes. So
here.
for all of the beautiful listeners, my offer is it's called Upgrade Your Natural Conception One-on-One Accelerator.
Ooh,
So pretty much I thought to myself, what are like the top three things that I really, really wish I knew as I was starting my fertility journey, or even if you've been on it for a few months, but you're still feeling really lost. And that's, dialing in on your nutrition, ideally, so you will improve your egg quality. And also, if your partner follows along, that will also improve their sperm quality as well. So that's all really important things. And then dialing in onto your unique fertile window. So this is a really, really big misstep that a lot of women can get very easily confused about. And I did myself too. Just for an example, if you're using like an OPK or an LH strip, a lot of women will wait to have sex until they get the positive, but really you're missing out on like almost the entire fertile window by doing that. So really just knowing how to read the natural signs of your body, how to properly use apps, strips, how to
yeah.
track your basal body temperature, so then you can figure out what your unique fertile window is, because everybody's is different.
Hmm.
And then that way that can improve your chances of conceiving. And then we have stress. Stress is really a hormone killer. It's going to steal from your progesterone, and that is the pregnancy hormone. So, those are really the top 3
Yeah.
points. And those things you're going to walk away feeling completely confident about. You're going to totally understand what you should do. That way, you don't have to hop onto Google, trying to figure it out by yourself, getting really confused by all of the different things that you find online. But
Yeah.
then also, I've created a 30-day container, one-on-one container. And this is what's really going to move the needle for you. It's going to collapse time because we will have a comprehensive one-on-one consultation together, and you will be able to end that 30 days knowing exactly what you're gonna, want to do on your fertility journey.
What I'm getting in the picture in my mind is like, instead of like throwing darts at a dartboard and you're like, your eyes are closed and you're just like, I don't know where, and I think I'm getting it, right? It's like laser focused. This is what we're going to do. Boom. And throwing that dart and it's going to hit the bullseye. Like that's what I got when I was listening to what you were saying. And it's such a beautiful program. And I know, oh, look, there it is. I didn't even have to ask. And Jada, thank you for putting that. She put it down. So, but yeah, I mean, even if know somebody who is going through, I'm saying this to the audience, even if you know somebody that is going through their fertility journey, Katie does have a Facebook group too that, you can join. I can vouch for her 1,000 times over. She's incredible. She has helped me tremendously. And, it's like, it's so funny because we're helping each other, right? So like I'm teaching her transformation tools and then she's supporting me. So it's really beautiful. And you get so much when, you have that person that's in close proximity with you in a one-to-one way that's able to say, hey, have you thought of this, right? Just like when you and I work together, Katie, like I can see the blind spots of maybe like what you're not seeing and vice versa. So I think that it's so valuable to invest in yourself in having a coach, because you're too close to yourself. You can't see, what's blocking you. So love that so much, and take advantage of that. Feel free, Katie, to pop your Facebook group in whenever you get off here in a minute. And yeah, I can't wait to just continue supporting you in Pristine. We start tonight. We start at 6 o'clock. So many cool
Mhm.
things happening for you in 2023, and just really honoring you in how much you've grown since I met you, geez, back, I think it was like 18 months ago. So
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much for having me. And I am super excited to start tonight. And I was going to mention earlier, even though you learn these tools and strategies, it's still always a work in progress.
yeah,
I know you and I have talked about that. Like you are such an expert at all of these strategies, but you still have to work
yeah.
through, the mind chatter, the blocks. So that's why I'm continuing with you and doing Pristine, because I know how valuable it is to have a coach. And it is always just something that you continually have to work on. It's not just like a one and done. It's just, a journey, really.
Yeah, no, thanks for saying that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm an expert, but I've definitely, invested in myself and done so many different, programs, and learned from a lot of different, people, world renowned people like Tony Robbins and all of these different people. But, ultimately, I'm not perfect at all. And I have things that come up like what I just shared today. And when you're an entrepreneur, you're going to be tested. These things are going to come up. You're facing off with yourself. So
Mhm.
I want to be here lovingly supporting you, because I get it. I know how triggering it can be to have a business and to be like, what the hell am I doing, right? And so I'm here holding you in this space, and thank you for letting me hold you for the last 18 months
Yeah.
and continue on this. So yes, thank you so much, and feel free to connect with Katie. Again, go ahead and drop your Facebook group, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you in a couple hours.
Bye. Thank
Bye. All
you.
right, we're staying on, everybody. Okay, so let me turn the interview off. I always have to double check myself on that. Okay, cool. So if you're still with me, can I get a holla? Can I get an amen? Okay. Let's do hashtag show up and shine. Let's do that one. So if you're ready to win this self-care basket, you gotta drop that for me in the chat here. Okay. So we're moving on to the next part of the show, where I'm going to be sharing about this really awesome diagram that I created. Here, let me share this here. Okay. Show up and shine. Yes, amen. Okay, cool. So let me get this situated. Here we go. All right. So what I felt on my heart, I was going to do, simple brand building to, simple brand building steps. But then when I really felt in, I wanted to share with you a little bit more about some of these energetic and practical things that can really help you to scale your profitable business this year. And so when I think of, I often think of metaphors. Yes, I see that. Show up and shine. Yes. Awesome. I love it. When I think of building a sustainable foundation for your business, I think of a house. So I'm thinking of Rachel Gainsborough, which she's a pharmacist who wound up being, really successful with short-term rentals. I love her dearly. I'm going to tag her, or if someone wants to tag her on this post so that she knows I give her a little shout out. She's incredible. But anyway, I was thinking of her because I was like, you know what? Building a business is really like building a house when you think of it, right? You have the foundation, you have the walls and the structure, you have the front of the house. So I'm going to go through these different layers with you today to kind of give you a more practical approach of, well, why do we do these specific things? And these are the layers that we're going to be going through in my brand new program, Pristine. So I'm giving you kind of like a sneak peek here, but this is how you build a sustainable business, right? So I kind of joked the last time I talked about the three little pigs. Like, we all remember this from, when we were little, the story of the three little pigs, like the straw, then this one had the sticks, and then this one, had the sturdy house, right? The sturdy house made of brick. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about building your profitable business with brick, so that no matter what's happening outside of you, if you have things going on, you have a sturdy foundation. This is why we do this transformation work. This is why you have, support of women who want to see you shine. These are the layers that are going to help you sustainably scale, right? So I'm going to go through each one here, and hopefully you guys can see this. So in this metaphor, your house is your business, right? So the first layer of your house, if you think about it, it's your foundation, right? So it's your frequency is really your foundation. So yes, perfect, cool. I love it. I see Katie sharing in there. So is your foundation strong in your business? The way that you can tell is can you hold more people in it, right? Can you hold a bunch of people and host people in your house, right? In your business. Can you sustainably hold that amount of clients, 10, 20, 30 clients? This comes from looking at your foundation, your energy leaks, people pleasing. You guys know I always talk about this. So people pleasing, procrastination, is a huge energy drain. So oftentimes if you're waiting until the last minute for things and you're kind of like scrambling and trying to make it all happen, there's a huge energy leak that's happening, because then your mind is back here in the background. Oh, I know I have to do that thing. I know I have to do that thing, right? And if you do that in every area of your life, maybe you're like, oh, well, you know what? I'll put those clothes away later, right? And you're not closing that energy leak down. You're going to have a ton of tabs open. Like if you go on Google and you put 10 different tabs open, you have all of these things going on. So you're very scattered. And I see this a lot where, you're not focused on, what do I need to do to move the needle in my business? So looking at those foundational pieces of where are these energy leaks in my business? Looking at, are you being direct in your conversations, right? Or are you letting the sales conversation drag on and on and on, rather than, closing the loop if you don't hear from somebody, right? So say that you have a lead that you're following up with and they don't write back to you, and then you follow up one more time and they're ignoring your message or they saw it. Are you closing the loop, or are you just leaving the conversation open for months and months and months, right? These are little energetic tweaks that are going to help you focus. Again, if you think about, I always use the container of, here it is. I'll put this up. I always use this as the, example. If you have a bunch of energy leaks, your energy is going to be draining, right? If you have a nice solid foundation, you're going to be good to go. So that's the first part of this. Is the foundation sturdy to be able to hold the wealth and clients to come? Number 2 is the walls around the house. So your standards and boundaries. So who is allowed to come into the house? Is anybody and everybody like, oh yeah, everybody come in my house, it's fine? Or are you discerning with who you work with? Or are you just like, I'll just take everybody, whoever wants to work with me, right? Or are you being intentional about, okay, this is who I want to work with? Who gets access to my energy? What standards do you have for the type of clients that you work with? These are all questions that dictate how sturdy are the walls around your house, and maybe even the fence too. Like the fence around your house are your boundaries. And then I always say the standards are kind of like the crown you put on top of your head. Like, this is who I am, this is what I offer, and really holding to that. So a lot of this comes down to, if you don't have strong boundaries and standards, you might barter your services, you might discount your services because you're like, oh, well, like I just want people in, right? Versus holding the standard and holding that pristine energy field of, no, this is my standard, this is who I want, this is my pricing, and holding that frequency. So again, this is the foundation. So the walls around your house is like the metaphor for, boundaries and standards. So the front face of the house is your confident embodiment. So how are you showing up in every interaction with leads, with prospects, in your sales conversations, on Facebook Live? How are you showing up, right? That's kind of like the equivalent of, how are you showing up? How does your house look? So it's not just about like, oh, like, is my website pretty? It's no, how is the tone of your voice? Is there energy in what you're doing? Is there excitement? All of those little nuances, which again, these are the layers we're going through in Pristine to help you create the solid foundation so that when a client comes to look at that house, and they're like, oh, should I buy from Nina? Let me see. Let me check out the listing. Let me look at the front. Like, let me check the foundation. The inspector's going to come and check the foundation, right? They're going to say, oh, hell yeah, I want this house. So we're moving through these layers together. Confident embodiment. That's a huge piece, right? So we're on layer 3. So what draws you into the house? So this comes down to your messaging. How are you sharing what you do? Are you clear in this is what I do, this is who I help, right? Your magnetic messaging. And this is, I'm getting a lot of questions about this recently about like, oh, like I just need help with my messaging. Well, I can help you with that, right? To draw out your brilliance, your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, and channel that into magnetic messaging frameworks that are going to have your clients dropping in for you, right? So your soul client essentially is like, do I want to come into the house? Well, your magnetic messaging draws them in, right? So are you excited? It's like if you were a realtor and you're like, hey, like, this house is all right. Like, yeah, this is what I have. Or are you like, oh my God, this house, great school district, like, you're going to have this cozy little fireplace over here where you can create a nook and go read or blah, blah, blah. Like, how are you communicating your brilliance to your clients? Or you're like, I do pharmacogenomics. Or are you like, well, pharmacogenomics can help you da 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 da, right? Your results. What is it that they're getting? So this is, again, building on the foundation of the house. So magnetic messaging. The fifth layer are the features and benefits of the house. So this would be an example of your offers. So what type of features does this house have? So the number of bedrooms, the number of bathrooms, the number of floors, those are features, right? And a lot of people will go and whenever they're describing their program, they'll be like, oh, well, this is the number of sessions you get and this is how long it is and blah, blah, blah. People buy results, right? They buy, how is this going to benefit me? So when you really nail that and you're like, this is how your life is going to be different once you buy this house, AKA once you say yes to this offer, that's where you start to really paint the picture for this is what your life is going to be like when you're living in this house, AKA when you're buying the person's program, when you're in the house, when you're experiencing the feel of the house. Like, are you walking into this house and it's like, oh, it's like a little bit dark and dingy in here, or is it well lit? Is it inviting? Are you excited about it? These are the little nuances that, you can really seal in as you're building the foundation of your business, right? So looking at the benefits. So as an example, like I said before, like a cozy fireplace, or, it's a low noise level area, or there's a big backyard. Like if they're a family, oh, hey, we have, a playground for your kids back here, or, whatever it is. Really tapping into their desire and what it is that they want and helping them solve that problem. Like they need a place to live, right? They need whatever your transformation is. So you're helping them say, hey, you have a need. I have a solution. This is how I'm going to help you, right? So that's the layer. What are we up to? 5, 6. So then how you communicate and how you sell, which is really selling is sharing. When you really take away all of the money stories and all of that, the way that you approach selling is really all about, think about these layers, right? Confident embodiment, the messaging, what's drawing them into the house. And then once you have that conversation, you're like, yep, and here's how much it is. They're like, oh, hell yeah. Like, I want to buy this house. I want the transformation. I want to sit in that cozy ass nook and read a book or whatever there is that is they're going to do. I want to see my kids playing outside. So this is how you begin to build a sustainable business. And I use this as an example because I get that sometimes it can be a little bit like, Christina, what are you talking about? But I want to make it really practical for you because ultimately what your client is wanting and what they're subconsciously asking is, can I see myself in this program? Can I see myself happy in this house or getting to that transformation? And it's up to you to build that trust with them through your magnetic messaging, through your frequency, through the offers that you curate that highlight the brilliance and how you are different. right? So it's building a profitable product suite from these other layers, right? A lot of people just go, they're like, oh, well, just give me the magnetic messaging, give me the sales process. Girlfriend, you're not building on the bottom floor. Like, you're trying to build a house from up here, right? From these top layers, when you really need to be laying that solid foundation of, okay, well, where are the blind spots? Where is my self-sabotage showing up? Where is it that I'm not laying a solid foundation for me to hold higher levels of clients? Oh my God, I have like 24 hearts. I'm seeing all these hearts here. I love it, right? I guess if this content's resonating. So I love that. So asking, and I'm reading off my notes here because I don't want to forget, is the foundation strong to hold their family? So again, we're thinking about the house. Do they like the look and the feel of the house? AKA, do they feel welcome in your space? Can they see themselves living there and raising a family? Right? Can they see themselves in your program, actively engaging, liking who you, like your personality and how you teach and all of that? Do they trust that they're going to be happy with the result of living in this house? Ultimately, right? So your job is both energetic to lay those foundational practical pieces of, looking at your energy leaks, and, I'm helping you with this, obviously, because we can always see the blind spots or what's blocking us. Building that solid foundation, owning the shit out of who you are. That's confidence, right? Because when you're showing up with confidence, you can sell anything because you're like, hey, I know what I'm talking about. I'm an expert in this. This is how I can help you. I know that I can help you. And when people feel that in the tone of your voice and how you're showing up and how you're gesturing, how you're putting your messaging out there, then by the time that you get to the sales conversation, it's like, boom, done, right? Easy yes conversation. So again, you want to build this strong, solid foundation. I want to hear some like mic drop, amen. Like, come on, I know this is resonating for everybody. Like, this is how you build a solid foundation for your business. So I want to hear it. I want to hear some amens, some like, hell yeah, this is resonating, questions, comments, whatever you want to say, in the comments here. I'm going to be watching. So again, this is what we're going to be doing in Pristine. And we start tonight. If you're like, you know what, this is resonating, hell yes, I want to build the solid foundation for my 6-figure business this year, direct message me after this and I'll get you in and we'll get started. I have different payment options as well. So it's $2,100 pay in full, or you can do a $500 deposit with being able to, pay over time. So I'm very flexible with, however that's going to work out. But if this is something that you're really like, yes, this feels alive, this feels like something that I am desiring to stretch my comfort zone and to do the damn thing with me and these other amazing women, including Katie Wood, then please share a workbook. Okay, share a workbook. I don't know what workbook I'm supposed to be sharing, but this is exactly what we're going through in Pristine, so I can drop that after. I can drop that link. But this is what we're going to be moving through over the next 8 weeks. This is really a portal for you to move into creating this solid foundation through all of these different layers. We're going to be looking at energy leaks, blind spots. You're going to be held in a space with me and other women who want to see you shine to help you even on those days when you're like, oh, like I just don't feel like showing up today. You're going to be held in this space to hold the vision for what you desire to create. Because whatever you speak into reality and you move towards will come to fruition. So let me hold you in this space as we build this, as we move into your magnetic messaging, your soulful sales process of how do you want to be selling? How do you want to be sharing what you're doing? How do you want to be creating and curating with the pristine energy of integrity, intention, and love, your product suite? Different ways that you can meet your client where they're at to build these different offers, low tier, mid tier, high tier offers, where you're going to say, if a lead comes to you and says, hey, I want to hire you, you know exactly where they go. And you're saying this would be the best fit. Or if they're not a good fit for any of the programs, you say, you know what, being in integrity, I'm going to, give you a resource or refer you to, another coach who can help you. So this is what we're playing with. This is the power that is Pristine. and I'm so excited to start tonight. So if you're like, you know what, I'm in, then I invite you into my DMs. I'm happy to have a conversation with you to see if this would be a good fit. And in the meantime, I'm going to be looking for my 2 winners. So again, make sure that you are doing the 2 action steps, which it looks like there was a bunch of people that stayed on with me. So if you're still on, give me an amen, give me yes, I'm still here, and then post, and I'll be picking those winners. So anyway, I hope that you got so much from this Healers in Healthcare show. We're actually doing another Healers in Healthcare show in at the end of the month, because we're going to be doing, I had to shift the one from yesterday to today. So thank you for your flexibility. And so we're going to be going on again live for Blair T. Lemire at the end of the month. So excited for that too. So anyway, continue to comment. Let me know what you enjoyed from the episode, and I will see you inside the group. All right, bye.